Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I am streaming live, so just to let you know,
Okay.
I'm going to do my little intro thingy.
Gotcha.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to dinner and a game. Tonight, I'm doing something a little bit different because still developing programming, still developing content. But in the meantime, I run into these really great guys who you guys are going to get to meet here. And they are called Obliviously Adventurous. They are a group that streams on, and Wolfpack Gaming, actually. There's two different groups. They're a group that streams on Facebook actually for gaming purposes, and they basically are running. They've been running around playing this new game called Dual Universe for a couple of months now, and I actually stumbled onto them because of their D&D streaming. But this game has been really,
You did?
really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start just running around with these guys for a little bit. And I wanted to give you guys a demo of the game itself because this is like Minecraft in space on crack. It is insane. So, guys, I don't know if you want to introduce yourselves, but if you guys want to, you definitely can. Um, we have
Killer Gentoo.
Killer Gen 2 and Wolfpack Gaming. Wolfpack is one of the first people I spoke to about this situation with this game, and I was watching he and his brother Rome actually putting together the base that I'm running around on that you see around me. And this is a lot of work. This is freaking amazing. What's upstairs in the hangar?
It's just for building large ships.
So there's basically on top of the hangar there's a construction zone.
No, no, no. No, upstairs of the up on the roof of the hangar, there's nothing.
Oh, I see. You just made an enlarged. Oh, this is the exact dimension of a large print ship footprint, correct?
I think it's a medium, so that we can build a full bore medium ship inside the hangar.
Holy cow. So, just to give you an idea, folks, this is the ship that's inside this hangar right now. The one that is making. This is a small, right? The new one that Frank was working on? I'm pretty sure it's a small footprint. Um, there are three different sizes of ships right now that I know of, and that's the small, the medium, and the large. These little ships that you see out here, this is a small, this is a small, and this is, I do believe this one's a small too.
Which ones?
The Slifnir.
The who? Hang on.
It's
I'm coming out.
Slifnir. It's the one that's named after Odin's horse.
Hang on.
The little transport ship with a
Oh. The one that, I think the one that Frank just built?
He built it a little bit ago. It has the force field launch. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, okay. That is a small.
That's a small. Okay, so this is a small footprint. Now, the ships on that are made on a small footprint, they range in size inside that footprint because you can see this one is more massive than these two.
Hey guys, I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
All right, sir. And then this one is is the turret a small too?
The turret is an extra small.
The turret is an extra. There's another size. There's extra small.
There's extra small, small, medium, and large.
Ah, there's four sizes. So the pocket ships are extra smalls then, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So this is an extra small, and this is probably this ship, this square box is probably the fastest ship here. It's basically a bunch of engines and a box.
Yeah,
A
pretty
box
much.
to sit in. It doesn't go interstellar.
No,
It's
does
just
not.
strictly. Can extra smalls go into space?
Yes.
Okay,
If you put the space engines and stuff on them, yes, they can.
gotcha.
This one I didn't
Yeah, you were
I didn't
all
want
about
to go into
atmospheric
space.
transport with this one.
Yeah.
All right, so there's two different classifications of areas in the game. There is atmospheric, which is anything inside the atmosphere of any planet, and then there's space travel, which is anything extra atmospheric. You have to have two different sources of engines just to navigate that, but you also have a third engine drive type, which is based around traveling long distances, and that's a warp
Actually,
drive.
there's also a fourth engine
What's the
because we
fourth
have
engine?
rockets.
Oh,
We have
well,
rockets
sorry,
as well.
forgot about rockets. But rockets, because this game has a really good physics engine. So if you're
Yeah.
going to make a ship that's going to go into interstellar travel, you literally have to pack that thing with enough thrust to get off the ground and break the planet's gravity well. And that is no joke. When they went to pick me up for the first time coming into this game, we spent an hour and a half trapped on a high G planet.
Yep.
And so we were stuck there because we could not. The ship they brought originally was meant for the planet that they currently live on, which is basically, which
Well,
is three. What is
no,
it? 0.3 Gs.
yeah, at 0.3, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like really low G planet. Like when I jump, oops, I'm not on the right screen. When I jump, I go several meters into the air, like at least 2 meters, maybe 3. So, this is not a high G world. This is not anything like that. And I consider, now from being here, I consider 1G high G. But if you're in a 1G world and you jump, you're just going to hop real quick and come right back down. Here, I jump up high enough to where I can land on top of the blue turd. And I'd say that's a good 10, 15 meters tall. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Now, the biggest thing about this game, and like I said in the description, this game is Minecraft on crack. Minecraft has a lot of cool stuff in it. A lot of construction stuff, a lot of building. Obviously, these guys are building a lot of ships. These ships are currently mainly focused around industry. Because this game, you have to have a lot of components. And literally, I mean, I suppose you could do some kind of solo play in this game. This is their carrier ship, the Valkyrie. And so I suppose you could do a lot of solo stuff in this game, but because of the way the skill system works, it would probably take you years to get all the skills to do everything on your own.
Oh yeah.
Because the skills accrue over time. Let me bring up
Real time.
Yes, real time. Let me bring up my talents and I'll show you. If you see in the upper right corner box of my talents points used, I've used 409,456 talent points. I have been training on several skills around mining because that's a very useful initial profession. And you look at the left there, it says accumulated rate, 90 a minute. So that means I gain 90 talent points every minute I'm in the game. So, no.
Every minute, period. Every minute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Right. So once you log into an account and once you activate an account and create your first character and come out into the world, you begin accruing talent points. Even when you log out of the game, you're accruing talent points. The only thing is, it takes time to train in those, even with talent points. So you have to assign how you want your talent points to be utilized. Okay? So if you do not come into the game, log in, and tell it how you want those talent points to be utilized, it will not spend them. They will still be being banked, but you will not also be gaining any skills and talents. Now, the skill that I've got on my screen right now, Advanced Mining, I've got 2 hours and 44 minutes left on completing that skill. That skill's original starting time was 2 days, 3 days. So that's 3 real-time days. And you can see some of these others here, like detector upgrades, 33 minutes. Detector optimization, 13 minutes. Detector optimization level 2, 66 minutes. So it not only costs you talent points, it costs you real time to get through this. So it is quite an investment of time just being around or part of the game, because you know that you're going to have to wait for everything for the most part. So that's kind of the ins and outs of the mechanics of how you can do things in the game with points. And everything is skill based. Even your piloting, although piloting is based around your ability to manipulate the controls, you can get bonuses to certain ways your ship reacts, or like with weapons to like the rate of fire or the damage quality or stuff like that. I don't know if you can get bonuses to accuracy.
That I don't know.
But we haven't been really heavily invested in weaponry yet.
You can get it can be less time that it takes to acquire a target or
Those
to identify
points.
But I
So
don't
you
think
have to
there's one
assign
for
how
accuracy.
Mm-hmm. One moment. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, all that being said, there is a lot of variation in this. Now, there is, right now, as it sits, the way the game is, there is one race. Has it been confirmed that we're the human race?
Yeah.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Because this is a futuristic world where basically the usual situation story plotline for this is the Earth got used up. Mankind had one chance, and that was to go into the stars and begin starting colonization. But it was very much it wasn't a lottery system or anything like that. It was literally survival of the fittest. People had to test out, to train out, to win seats on these ARC ships to be sent out into space to try and save mankind by developing other worlds. And this is the first ARC ship they sent out, correct?
Yes.
And so this ARC ship is basically full of people who are. It's kind of like what Elon Musk was talking about with the first Mars mission. Anyone who goes to Mars for the first time ain't coming back. Well, this is kind of the same situation. You have to come out here and you have to make a living for yourself, find a way to survive, and basically be part of that process as a whole. Now, these guys have done a lot of work. This giant ship over here, what's the name of this ship?
Valkyrie. The big one is
Ymir.
Ymir. Oh, Ymir?
Ymir is a mining ship. These big platforms on the side, these are stations that are utilized to search for mineral deposits on a planet. So they will take the Ymir with a crew of folks, and they'll go out to a planet. They'll drop these sensors down. It'll look for ore deposits, and how many quadrants does it do?
If we set everything up correctly, it'll do 7 at one time.
7. And the quadrants are these hexagons, correct?
Correct.
Now I'm gonna bring up.
And they refer to them as territories.
Territory, sorry. So if you look at the planet, I'm gonna zoom in on the planet. Oh, first let me center it over us real fast. There we go. Okay, we are right here in this territory. Wait, that's not us. Oh, okay. I centered it on the mining location. Let me go to the bookmarks. OA base.
Actually, if you go up top, if you look at the top of the map where it says my location, the little four one, you can center on position.
So these red areas are territories that are controlled by someone. I'm assuming all the ones that are interconnected are us, correct?
Most of the ones that are connected to us are controlled by us.
There's one that's not connected to us that's a little bit off. I don't know if we just grabbed that one because there was something on it, or if someone else grabbed it. I wonder if you click on it, if it gives you any information.
Yes, if you click on it, it'll tell you who owns it.
Dr. Dronez.
Yeah.
Raven X owns that one. Raven X owns that one. Rome Wolf owns that one. Rome Wolf owns that one. Mnemonic Wolf owns that one, and Rome Wolf owns that one. So, and since I have you here as a captive audience, what do territories grant you other than exclusive access to mine anything under that territory and to build on the surface?
That's it.
Okay, so
nobody else can dig there. So if any minerals that are in the ground, no one else can take that away.
Right.
you can build anything you want on that territory, big or as small as you want, as in depth as you want, and it's yours. Until you pull up that marker and take off, it's yours.
So that is, and you basically have lots of space to build. Now, I see that we're only really building on one of these current locations, right?
Yes.
So we have all this other geography to expand on. Now, if you watch, when I move around here, you can see this blue honeycomb pattern border. That's the border of this territory. And you can see it goes out quite a ways. So if we wanted to, and if we had the materials and resources, we could expand this landing area to cover the entire territory. Why we'd ever need that? Well, actually, to be honest, hopefully we will need it someday, because hopefully we'll be successful and have to expand even further.
Depends on how many large cores Frank builds.
Yeah. But the big thing about it is all this is set up to where the limits of a planet... Oh, that's one thing I was going to ask. I didn't ask that the other day. Can the limits of a planet be exhausted?
Yes.
So we can core the planet out of minerals. Once the minerals are mined out, it's over.
Correct.
It does not regenerate.
As of right now, no.
Okay.
Does not regenerate.
So that means that on a technicality, everything here is temporary.
Correct.
Or it is a home base of operations, and we will have to fly out to other locations, such as with Ymnir and some other ships, and mine and everything like that. Now,
more than likely, this is home base, and we will be flying other places.
Gotcha.
Because to put this much work and materials out, then to just up and split, I don't see that happening.
Yep. Now, this is obviously a sci-fi themed game, and it has a lot of the standard kind of tropes. There is warp nacelles, which basically allow for faster than light travel to get you from planet to planet. Is this all? These are separate solar systems, right? Like Thades is in its own solar system, or is this all one solar system?
This is all one solar system. There is an update coming up that is supposed to introduce a new solar system.
Yeah. Now this game is, like I said, still in beta, so it's still buggy, but it is a pay-to-play beta. And did you guys ever get confirmation on whether or not everything we develop is going to be there when they release the full game, or is this going to be a complete restart?
I don't think that they would do a complete restart. At least I hope not. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know if Frank or Brett has found that out yet, or if that information is even available yet.
We'll grill Brett when he gets back. But what I was going to show you next is, because these guys have done a lot of work, and I'm a Johnny-come-lately. This is my third day on the game. So they've already got.
Why aren't you in a hole digging?
I don't know, because I'm showing this game off to people. It's supposed to be in a hole, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not allowed to come out of my hole.
Oh man.
But yeah, save. Hang on 1 second. Boop. All right. I just wanted to mute my actual stream. All right. So the way that you, I guess, build out things is this is a complete free market. There are no rules in game, but there are strategic implementations of certain mechanics that do not make it a complete and absolute free-for-all. One of those mechanics being that there is elements of space that are complete. There's no aggressive actions allowed. You cannot walk up and if I found this on another planet, the ship, I can't just walk up and take it. I couldn't just jump in it and fly away with it. The owners can lock it out. The owners are the only ones who can drive it.
Right.
But there are already areas in space that are PvP zones, player versus player. And if you fly into those zones, it's anything goes. Now that doesn't mean that they allow for hacks or anything like that. There's still rules for gameplay, but anything goes within using the tools that are already built into the game system. Somebody with a super carrier can come down, and while you're trying to mine on one of these planets, and blow your little mining operation out of the water and take all your stuff.
No. And the reason I say that, the planets right now are safe.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that.
It's only space that's PvP. Now, in the next area they open up, there is supposed to be actual PvP planets where that is possible.
That is going to be kind of crazy.
Yeah, buddy.
But the big thing about it is it boils down to the fact that there is going to be safe zones for new people to start out in.
Always, yeah.
And I'm assuming that if the game keeps on growing in popularity, that they'll keep on creating new safe zones, because one of the biggest risks you can take is going out into the PvP zones with your stuff, because they can even take your ship if they core it, right?
Correct. If they destroy your ship, they have and damage the core to where it's inoperable, they have the right to come and salvage your ship.
So there is going to be stuff like piracy. And on a technicality, it's not going to be piracy. There's no law in space here. So, whether or not the players decide to try and get together and make law, that's not up to anyone else but the players. As far as I know, the game designers have taken a hands-off attitude on all that, correct?
To a point.
Well, I mean, we're talking, like I mentioned, nothing that breaks the mechanics of the game.
Right.
Like no using external hack programs, and they do literally give us access to the game code. There is a lot of custom code built into a lot of these things that Frank and Brett have built out. Luckily enough, Frank is a decent programmer and knows how to write in the code languages that are utilized for this game. So there is custom code everywhere. Like in spaceships, we have auto landers and auto lift and auto takeoff sequences that we can utilize. So it's really kind of cool because you can do that on your own. And this game has one thing that I found out today that is incredibly unique. If you do not know how to code, they have tutorials already built out on the website, I think, and those tutorials will teach you how to at least code enough to make the changes to the game, like that I've already talked about, the auto landing sequence, the takeoff sequence.
It's also in your codex.
Yes.
So if you hit tab or just hit F1, it brings up the codex and goes through everything in there.
It is an extensive write-up on every single aspect of the game itself, from the overall overview of gameplay down to specifics about piloting, to controlling ships and stuff like that, to the relational database management systems that basically control everything from access to whatever. It's all there. So, all that being said, there is a lot on this game that is still under development. When you log in every day, there is a big old screen as you log in that has a list of every single item they're working on currently, and it has check boxes to let you know when those items are completed. So there is a lot of work left to be done. But this game so far has been one of the more unique experiences I've had, because it is also an MMO. And another incredible concept, they're trying to design this game to run as a single shard. No separation of servers. Anyone who's familiar with MMOs understands that on its own is an incredible technological feat, because that's one of the big things that limits the amount of people that can play at once that can associate with each other, is because there's usually limits set on each server to how many people can be on a server at once. Well, in this situation, there is probably going to be an entire population limit, but there is no technical limit for how many people can be on a server. So that's crazy. Just technology-wise, that's crazy to think about. So, I am supposed to be in a hole digging.
Oh, you don't have to be,
Oh
dude.
no, I was joking too. But
Okay.
yeah, so what I wanted to show you though is one other thing. Like I was saying, the reason I'm supposed to be in a hole digging is because we, as an organization, are trying to move up to the next level and basically get to the point where we have, number one, all these ships were bought with parts that are usually, bought off of the marketplace. I don't know how many parts we actually can manufacture now.
No parts, just voxels.
This voxels. So we basically create like these. This here, I'm gonna. Oops, wrong button. So see that says matte dark blue plastic. I don't know if we made that plastic, but we can.
Yes, we did.
The voxels are the materials, the building block materials of the items. Okay, so like this should be. I think this is a panel of glass. Let me check it. The glass is not coming up. Oops. Oop, wrong button. Glass panel, medium. So that one is made by building blocks that are constructed. But then you have components like sliding door small. That's technically not a voxel, right? That's something that has to be manufactured.
Correct. That's a component.
Right. So the components have to be manufactured. Now the components may be manufactured out of, steel, plastic, whatever, that these guys synthesize inside their factory, but they still have to be assembled by other machines. And you have to develop the technology or the skill sets in order to use those machines. So that's what I was going to show you next.
And you have to be able to build all parts of that component.
We will go to Honeycomb Workshop.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of the hang-ups in the game that kind of drive me nuts, because we're all building spaceships and stuff like that, and they have teleportation pads. We should just teleport everywhere. But yeah. So these machines are what synthesize raw materials that we go out and mine for, and turn them into voxels.
Okay, wait a minute. I have to interrupt you there because I want you to be correct.
Yes.
So we have machines that are refiners. They take the raw ore, refine it into a specific material.
Right.
The honeycomb machines take a mix of specific materials, put them together to create specific voxels.
Gotcha. I forgot about this. I forgot about that part of it. I did. So yeah, this is I guess the middle step. Because these are after the individual components, or not components, but the individual materials have been synthesized through that and made into actual useful pieces that are then made into components. Like right here, you say aluminum painted light gray, aluminum painted ice. So these are basically different texture styles of aluminum. And here is polished gray aluminum. And this is what, I guess this machine only makes those?
Correct.
Yeah.
When Frank set it up, each machine makes one specific alloy or material. Like one machine will make plastic, one machine will make aluminum, one will make iron, and but each one, that machine will make every single different aspect of that particular material. So every
this
color
one makes different aspects of wood. I notice we don't have any trees on this planet.
Yeah, no, to make wood it's oxygen or hydrogen and carbon, or oxygen and carbon you mix together and it synthesizes wood.
Gotcha. It's probably hydrogen. Let me go out this door. And then these tanks over here are what? Chemical industry medium. Oh, this is for fuel synthesization.
Right.
What's this one do? This is... Oh, this is another. This is the refinery. This is where it takes the raw ore and it makes it into the individual types that are then used to make the individual structures. This is 3D printers. These are cool.
Yeah.
And they are the ones. This is like the metalworking industry. It's basically a giant 3D printer that's used to make actual parts, like that door that we showed you earlier. And then here's another one. This is a 3D printer medium, and what's this one do? Oh, this one does plastics. What's over here? And this is a smelter for different alloys. Glass furnaces for different types of glass. And this one is assembly lines for doing different types of building out of components as well. What is this? A recycler.
The recycler makes scraps.
Oh. Oh yeah, and if your ship is damaged but not destroyed, you can repair it using scraps. And you can see by the number of recyclers that these guys do not wreck their ships at all, ever.
Well, he put all those in there too, because we're gonna start selling scraps.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was lucrative. So,
It can be.
all right. Now,
Especially with us being right outside of PvP area.
yeah, it's true. So here's another thing. This is one of the things about the game that is probably going to be something that people are going to concentrate on the most. These are all containers to hold materials. Now, what that means is you need these containers because you will always be gathering new materials. I'm pretty sure PvP is even going to be a situation where it's going to be like, I'm killing this guy because I want his core because we don't have any.
The cores you cannot take.
Oh, okay.
But you can take everything else.
So it's like free parts.
All of his guns, all of his engines, all of his thrusters, all of that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
But the kicker is, in order to take them, you have to repair them.
So, but that is kind of the gist of it. Now, all these ships were made. Are you working on anything right now? Are you building anything?
I'm just digging down below. I can come up.
No. I was just because I don't know anything about any assembly yet.
Well, here,
I'm still
I'll come up.
I just wanted to see what it looks like when people actually build something. Well, I mean, I watch Frank and Brett and you build things. I should have recorded Brett building my pocket ship.
Let's see, where's my...
This is going to be Brett's new TIE bomber. There's Brett floating in midair. Oh, and there is a little bit, I guess you'd say, suspension of belief here, because when it comes to the mechanics of the game, there's two different modes. There's this mode, which is just, what do you call it when you're not in build mode? Just gameplay mode?
Yeah, just game
Yeah.
normal mode, I guess.
So, but when you go into something, and when you go to like work on something, like I'll put the blue turd. You basically go into what's called build mode and see how this grid comes up. This is the footprint for an extra small ship. Okay, so that's the amount of space that it inhabits in a 3D environment, and then I can just literally just fly around it, and it doesn't. I'm not affected by gravity. I'm not affected by anything. I could also take the ship and pick it up, and can treat it as a component of the game. Pick it up and move it around. I'm not going to do that because I can never remember how.
It's your number 7 tool outside of build mode.
Yeah. So 7 tool.
Yeah, the maneuver tool.
Oh look, I picked it up. Now I'm gonna put it back down. Freaks me out. Ah, I didn't do that, did I? Okay, no, you have it. Thank God. Stop hitting me with a ship. I'm stuck
There.
in blue turd. So, and when you do stuff like that, it kind of takes it out of the context of being in game. So as you saw, he moved the blue turd over me, and I was suddenly stuck in it rather than being pushed aside by it.
Yeah, but I mean, you can move these things up,
Mm-hmm.
manipulate them around so you can see if there's damage to them.
Right. And also so
Move
you can get
both.
the things easy to repair them. You can also leave it set in space like that, can't you?
Yeah.
So you can like
Yeah.
leave it
So,
hovering up above, like right now this X-wing is
yeah.
not sitting on the ground, or TIE fighter, I should say.
So you can, and then just leave it just like that, and it'll stay there.
Yep. So there is kind of you have to have a little bit of suspension of belief because they needed to give people a way to actually do things with ships in the 3D environment and be able to manipulate the ships in ways that they would allow them to build out and be creative with them. The wildest thing to do. It doesn't seem like a whole bunch watching a ship this small have stuff done to this like this, but he could literally go over to the Valkyrie and do the same thing with that gigantic ship.
Yeah.
So it kind of sometimes it looks really freaky because you'll see like this huge multi-kiloton ship just being flipped around like it's not paperweight.
Yeah.
So so basically when you're building items, you have to have access to the items, which usually means you link back to a container or something nearby that has items stored in it. And then there is a lot of tools. There's a lot of features for building different things, and one of the big things that I've yet to see because I haven't built a ship yet is there is a method in the game that gives you help as you're building an item. It tells you how well you're doing, like if you're how well your thrust ratio is and stuff like that. Correct?
Yes. That's the build helper. And as soon as you start to build, there is a a little screen or a little bar that comes up in the middle top of the screen, and it will tell you if how much thrust you have, if you don't have any low altitude thrust, no high altitude thrust, so that it'll as you're designing it, it's not just throwing you into it. So as you're designing it, it'll give you the hints that you need to be able, oh, okay, well, you need to put an aileron on this to be able to get some lift.
Mm-hmm.
You need wings on it. You need more thrust.
And it does tell you what components you actually need. Correct?
It won't tell you what you need. It shows you what's there.
Oh,
And
so
I
you
think
still need to go through and try and research what all the parts do.
correct.
Gotcha. So so as of right now, I would say that there is a pretty steep learning curve on the game. It is kind of there is a lot. This is a game for some people who enjoy doing things like researching how to build out the best design builds. But there's another aspect to the game. I don't know where I go to see this. I'd probably go to the marketplace. I want to go look at some of the ships that are for sale and stuff.
There's two ways to do it. You can go to the marketplace, or you can take one of the what are these things called?
Virtual tour things.
Yeah, the VR tubes that are right here.
Yeah.
You can take one of these to one of the locations and actually start touring someone else's base.
Cool. There's the big ship museum, the small ship museum. This is just museum, so that's just nothing. Where's the shitty shipyard?
The Sure Shady Shipyard should have one. I believe there's a search bar you can type in.
Yeah, the Sure Shady Shipyard.
Yeah, Sure.
There it
Space.
is. These guys are friends of the of OA's, so I'm gonna go connect to their ship stuff because this is going to give you an idea of what can be done in the game, and this is kind of crazy because the guy who runs this portion of it, he does exactly what he wants for ship design. Let's put it that way. It is pretty interesting. So here we are. So these items here, all these items are ships. Well, most of them are. So this is probably a pocket ship, Scorpion Mk6. Did he revise the Scorpion?
No, he had one.
Did you?
He did one well before we did.
Okay, gotcha. So this is this is not a pocket ship because it has 2 seats. Pocket ships can't carry anybody else, right?
I don't know if they're limited to seats, but they're limited to engines, gas, the number of tanks,
Right.
weight, and it may be seats as well.
So these are all ships he sells here, and so there is, as you can tell, this is the Sure Shady Ship Shop. This is the Piggly Wiggly MK1, and so he makes a lot of unique designs. This is the one. This is the one he was complaining to me about the other night. The cock. He says it's got too much drag because of the tail feathers, so it flies like crap. And he made motorcycles. And oh wow, this Black Widow is really cool. Yeah. But you can buy. Oh, here's the bullshit. That's so funny. But you can buy all these ships from him, and it's kind of one of the things he does to make coin. Oh, I guess I can't go in there.
Yeah, and you might want to tell people too, when you buy one of the ships, you're not actually buying the ship, you're buying a blueprint, and you still have to be able to afford all of the components to be able to build the ship.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I should have said that. Yeah, you don't actually, he doesn't actually sell the physical ship. You don't buy it and you get the ship. You get the ability to make the exact same ship that he designed. The blueprints list all the materials you need. They tell you how much quantities of each one you're going to have, and they basically, and once you assemble all those and you have the blueprint in hand, then you get to basically build the ship on your own.
Well, no, if you have all of the components and you use the blueprint, it will automatically assemble the ship, but you have to have all of the components required.
Gotcha. I'm wandering around the shipyard because I thought he had more stuff. Oh, yeah. He also sells components, voxels, everything. And he has the voxels done in this cool catalog. Did you see his catalog yet of colors?
Yeah, he actually got that from Frank.
Ah. So these are all, this is all the different materials he can sell and everything like that. And all this can be found by just accessing his ship, his area, and going through and looking at everything he does. So it is really cool, and this is the one of the other big features of the game in general. We all have to find ways to support ourselves in this game.
Yep.
And
there is no microtransactions.
Yes, there's no pay to play. There's no microtransactions. If you want to build a giant, beast of a spaceship. Oh, the Dragonfly. I love this ship. If you want to build a giant beast of a ship, you have to all the skills necessary to do all the build and construction of all the parts and all the components. Now, the reason, and that sounds incredibly daunting, and it is, but that's where things like organizations come into play, like OA. We are building an organization that's getting a lot of people together who like this game and like the aspects of this game. And then we're all going to take on different skills and requirements in order to help promote the organization as a whole and give everyone an access in the organization access to all those components. That way we can always be able to find what we need or build what we need. And so, oh my god, I finally found it. The turd.
What? Yep.
You thought you had the turd, but no, he had to show you up by making an actual turd. This is a flying turd ship. I touched it. I'm going to hell.
Have you seen the porta potty?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was just bad. And then he does have traditional looking ships.
Oh yeah.
So, these are probably smalls. They might be mediums. That's obviously an ore mining rig because it's got lots of containers.
And the cool thing is like those guys, they are all about helping brand new people that don't know how to do anything. That's what their main goal is to help people that are brand new to the game, just like us,
Yep. And that was. Oh yeah, the witch's broom.
Yeah. That's what kind of makes it fun for everyone, when you can turn around and do something like that, it's fantastic.
Yep. So anyway, this is a very shiny ship. It's all silver. I'm trying to figure out what it does. Other than fly around. I don't see any weapons on it. Chunky. The ship's just named the Chunky. What planet are they on, by the way?
Alioth.
Oh, wow. Damn, I am moving really good for being on Alioth while streaming.
Because you're in one area where there's...
I'm not at a marketplace, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They have a super long boardwalk that goes out to something on the water. I wonder what it is. Well, there's sensors here for mining.
Man, I turned your stream on too, and I had to mute the stream.
Yeah, you have to mute the stream or you get that double echo. Frank always has that double echo on. So I was like, yeah, it's going to be on a bit of delay. Everything that happens on the stream is about 20 seconds behind what, we hear and see. But
right.
I would much rather be on a little bit of delay than... Whoa, I almost stepped off into the water. Oh, yeah. By the way, you can't drown. You can't die from falling that I know of.
Correct.
Yeah, because you're in a completely sealed vac suit.
Yep.
And
did you turn around and show them the Wally?
Wally? What's a Wally?
Yeah, right to your left there. That's the big Wally from the movie Wally.
Where? I see. Oh wait, I'm a little bit of delay.
Yeah, it was at the end where you were.
Oh yeah, there he is. This is the one that Cajun made, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves this thing. As you can tell, we know these guys. And then there's the giant
actually,
Wally.
I don't know if you can because you're streaming. Can you share your
Discord?
Your Discord? Because I could follow that a hell of a lot better and know where you are than your stream.
Yeah, hang on one second. This box is designed to do this, so it is kind of crazy powerful. Sharing screen. But Discord may not like it. There we go. I will just share dual universe. Go live. All right, there you go.
Perfect. There we go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that Wally that he built, that thing has warp drive on it. Has 3 scanners for it. That thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Whoops, I'm in the water
now. Yep. Just keep swimming. Keep swimming.
How do I get out of the water?
You're gonna have to turn and go to the shore.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, at least I can go fast. I'm underwater, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna take me a little bit. I'm 200 meters offshore. But, so that was just the reason I wanted to show you their shop is because I think their shop kind of like epitomizes the other end of the spectrum on what people can do here and what people can do with the game. Whoa, what's this?
Yeah. Storage of all their different voxel libraries.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, this game is incredibly detailed. There is a whole lot of aspects to it. That there's a flying barn.
Yep.
Why is there a flying barn? Did that need to happen?
Apparently someone
I was
thought it
gonna
did.
say, yeah, apparently so, because I'm gonna go jump in the barn. It really is just a barn. Oh wow, that's funny. It's even got wood inside of it.
Yep.
As a material, wood is not the best, is it?
No. Yeah. Wood is only for look. As far as ship design, it's worthless. So it's purely aesthetics.
It's for trim inside a ship, not for outside the ship.
Exactly.
Alright. So how do I get out of this thing?
What is it? You hit, I think it's hit either escape.
Oh, it was escape. Well, no, resume.
Oh, okay, hit resume. So then hit tab. Okay, right in the middle at the top, you see exit under where it says surrogate session.
Got it.
Just like that. I don't do them off the surrogates often enough. I should just go check out other people's places and.
Yep, go see what they got. But there you go. Ta-da! Oh, tab. I need to change my resolution on my screen. Not resolution, but my display on my screen. I've got the gamma set up way too high. So when I go into tab mode, I can't tell because the coloration change on the screen isn't enough. So I'll sit there for 10 minutes trying to walk around and use my mouse and get all mad. It's like, what's going on? Oh, wait, I'm in tab mode. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show around because all in all, it's a freaking really interesting game. It's still in beta, but it's a very strong working beta. We have had issues. You're gonna have issues. It's still in beta, but it's been in beta for what, a year now?
I know it's been around for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it's been in beta. I know there's people still playing that were here from alpha.
Right. That must have been wild to be in an alpha.
Oh yeah, that must be crazy.
Because I mean, they have definitely have a hard enough time with it as it is, but then to think about this being an alpha with all the extra. Ooh, yeah. I don't want to bore people by going and digging because that'd be boring. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off the stream. But I am going to be. I'm in a couple of days, when I have some skills under my belt, I'm going to start doing things like actual construction and trying to help out with that. And I'm trying to pick my industry.
You want to take them for an actual flight real quick?
Oh, sure.
And we can take them in the turd.
We'll go in the turd and see if we can blow it up again.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So flying, it's always recommended that you take a seat. Now, when you're in a chair, your view is limited to this, but you can also expand out and take a look at the ship from the outside. Now, there is a ton of commands for this game. And this is an example. Are you using the auto launch?
No. No, this is just me, yeah.
That's another thing I want to start doing. I'm going to start taking my tie out and getting as high as I can and just start working on maneuvers.
Why does it keep doing that?
What's it doing now?
Taking us up to 15.8 kilometers. It was supposed to hold us right where we were. But anyways.
And this is an example of scripting.
Yeah.
So as you can see, what I'm showing them right now is how we're passing through the different territories. This ship is flying at, we're probably going to hit about 1,500 kilometers, maybe even a little more.
We'll top out at 1560.
1560. So 1,560 kilometers an hour, and you can see how fast we're cutting through these territories. Okay, each one of those hex patterns or honeycomb passing by is a border of a territory. The entire planet is divided in territories. Now, if I remember correctly, the territories go both up and down. So you own the airspace above the territory and all the mineral rights and everything below the territory.
Correct, yes.
Please don't crash us into the ground.
Oh, no.
I know. So what you can do with that, though, is you can build, like on some of the other worlds, people have built like space platforms that float above their territory and are hooked up by like an elevator. Or maybe even a teleporter, I don't know. No, not the backflip barrel. Backflip. We're going the wrong direction now. Are we going to stall it and die?
No. Not in this thing.
I don't know how you made a brick be the most maneuverable ship in the fleet. It's like, what are we going to do? Throw a brick at him, get the turd.
Pretty much.
I want to make an actual, like, something that looks like an actual fighter jet. Like, get cool ailerons on it and everything like that.
You can. Very much so.
And
This was my first build. I just wanted to really build something just to kind of learn the mechanics of it and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm intending on doing too.
And it, like, we couldn't believe how well it flew, and then Frank put more engines on it for me because of how fast this thing was actually flying, and we still can't believe how fast it actually flies because it basically, like he said, it breaks the laws of
aerodynamics.
Yeah, it should not be able to fly this fast and not take damage.
Have you taken it off the planet yet?
No, because I want to take it to Alienoth, but the last time we went, that I was going to take it, I just completely forgot.
Yeah, the big thing about the taking off planet is because, as I was saying, this game has a decent. It's not a piloting sim. It's not a true reality sim, but for what it is, an MMO, it has a very good physics engine. Like, if he takes this thing up beyond 1560, gets it to 1700, you will start seeing the friction of the atmosphere start causing flames on the outside of the ship, and little components on the outside of the ship will start getting damaged. Like, to the point that you'll have to either repair them or replace them. And then if he keeps on pushing his luck, we could explode in midair and die.
Yeah.
What's the fastest you've had to turn it up to before crash and burn?
I've had it to 1560, which is completely maxed out for me.
Mm-hmm.
It can't go any faster. Frank has had it just over 1700.
Now that's
And
because he has different piloting skills, right?
he has the proficiencies, the bonuses, extra thrust, and all of that. Yeah. And if he turned at that speed, it would pop things. If he would stay straight, it was okay. But as soon as he started turning, it would pop like one or two things.
Yep. And that is because it's not strict. Because obviously, if it was strict, the turd would not handle the way it does. But there are things for wind drag, wind coefficient and variables. Now,
cross sections, yeah, stuff I don't understand.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I was going to say is one of the things I have noticed is there is no weather effects on the planet that I have seen. That might be because of the planet we're currently on.
Has nothing, yeah.
But I don't know if like the starting world has weather.
You know, that's a good question. That's something I'll have to ask Rajan the next time he's on.
Yeah, because that would be a big factor on stuff, environmentally. But let's look at one other thing before we go. We're going to look at the system map. Now, this is the current system as it sits. Why is there a space map? What's a space map? Oh, it's nothing yet. Gotcha. That's probably going to be for when they bring in the other solar system and they actually have space between systems. Oh my god, imagine how much it's going to cost in warp cells to go from one solar system to another. I wonder if they're going to make them transversable. Anyway, so as you can see, there is a bunch of planets in the solar system. There is, and we are on Thades, which you can see the planet is right here. Thades. It has 2 moons. Why do we? Well, we should probably go to the other one. You can go to either one of the moons, or you can be on Thades itself. There are territories on the moons and territories on the planets. This light blue circle, this is the safe zone. That means that there is no PvP in space in these areas. Alioth is a starting planet. Thades is the planet we're on. And then there's Mattis. I don't know anything about Mattis. Haven't been there yet. Oh, it's not showing my map. Oh, wonder why not. Interesting. Oh, wow. The stream froze. That's weird. I'm back at the base. It's still showing me on the virtual thing. So no one even saw the ship ride. The ship ride. Hang on, let me do this real fast. Let me get into this, and let me go ahead and reattach. Go. Is Dual Universe locked up? No, it seems to be running.
Oh, your thing locked up on you?
Yeah, my stream kind of threw a hissy fit. And it happened when we went on to that virtual machine.
I'm wondering if it happened when you shared your screen with me.
Let me stop sharing screen real quick.
Yeah.
Nothing came back yet. Let me keep on trying to experiment with this. But either way, let me do one more thing to see if I can get it back. Is there a reset on this? That didn't do anything. Let me do this. I got one more thing to try. I will remove this and then try and add it back in as a new one. Game capture. Where are you, game capture? Add source. Add source. Nope, it just doesn't want to show dual universe all of a sudden. Alright, well, now we know not to do that again.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm going to let everyone go because the stream is obviously throwing a hiccup. We will go ahead and talk to you guys later, but if you guys want to give Dual Universe a shot, this is definitely a fun game. It is very detailed, it is very intense, but if you guys are interested, you can come on and you can give me a shout on Facebook. We definitely like having new people in, and we can definitely give you a hand, but there is tons of other people out there too. You don't have to go with O of A or Dinner and a Game or anything like that. There's tons of other people to help out, tons of other people who are willing to show you around, because the people who play this game love this game and they want to promote it. So if you guys want to be a part of that, just give us a holler and we will see what we can do to help out. In the meantime, thank you very much, and you guys have a good night.